it's wet. Sorry, girlfriend. Oh, there you go. Go potty. Go ahead. Time for me to start morning chores. And that is water the plants. I don't know what happened to the audio on these clips, but you cannot hear me while I'm talking. But basically, I said every morning I water the hydrangeas because it is so hot in Georgia right now. And currently, we are in the beginning of our bloom season on the hydrangeas that we planted about 2 years ago in 2022. They have gotten so big, and I'm so proud of them because every year I panic that I'm going to kill them. But we're really excited about the bloom happening this year and just how big and massive they've gotten. Something new that's happening around here is the playground is getting dismantled. Pippa, come on, there's buggies under there. Brandon has been hacksawing. I don't know if hacksaw is actually the right word. He's been sawing and unscrewing the kids' entire playground set to make way for a very large kitchen garden that will go in this area here. And I have my old bed here. It's completely overgrown. We're gonna get rid of this one. And we'll do a huge kitchen garden in this area here. I don't know if you can really see, but once we get that going, I'll obviously vlog that. The kids stopped playing on this about a year ago, so we didn't really see the point in keeping it anymore when we knew we all wanted, including the kids, a big old garden back here. Here's the pile of playground leftovers. I don't know. Brandon decided to take it apart though on his own because we had a quote done from a company and they charged like some crazy amount of money just to pull it apart, and then we had to pay again for them to haul it off. Brandon's like, I can pull it apart and then get a dumpster. So that's what we're gonna do instead, and that way we can put other things in the dumpster that we want to get rid of as well. The Georgia heat has absolutely been killing my flowers this year, unfortunately. So I have to make sure that I'm out here every single day watering, but I think we're doing okay. My ferns are dead, which I need to pull them down. They're hanging up right up here. That's partially my fault, and I'll explain in a second. As I was editing this, I realized I never did explain why the ferns are dying, but there is a bird's nest in them, and so I've been afraid to water them in fear of drowning the tiny babies, so I've sacrificed my ferns for the life of several little baby birds. So as I said, oh, there's a spider right there. Margot, don't go through that side. You see it? Yeah. The spider is on his web. Where? Right there.
You won.
So don't walk through there or you're going to get a spider on you, okay? So as I said, the Georgia heat has been killing my plants, and this poor hydrangea is burned. The only thing I can do is keep watering it in hopes that she stays healthy for next year. But as far as these balls of hydrangeas, they're done for. I can deadhead them off and just keep watering since it's a baby hydrangea, or keep it on. So far I've decided to keep it on, but it's obvious I'm gonna need to cut it here soon because it's just not doing well. And truthfully, there's just nothing you can do sometimes when the heat is so bad. I water them all the time, but this one was a baby and the summer heat was just a little too much for it. Good morning, everyone. Again, now that I'm face on camera. As you saw this morning, I did a few of my daily morning chores, which is water the plants before it gets too hot outside. Honestly though, even though it's been extremely high temperatures, it's not been miserable. I think the humidity isn't as high lately. Actually, I'm certain it isn't. We haven't had rain in quite a while, which means it's bearable to be outside. Like if the kids want to play outside, we can do that. So that's been a blessing. Right now, getting ready because we're running behind. It's 9:13. We wanted to leave the house at 9 because we're going down to my mom's house today to hang out for a little bit. We were going to do a crab boil today, but Brandon wants to get back by 4 o'clock because he has some stuff he needs to work on, which is fine, and I want to be respectful of that. And also because my sister had to go out of town, so she won't be there today, which is sad. But since it's summer break, You can come down at any time now. Oh my goodness, I just spent like the last 3 minutes looking for this. I've been doing my makeup out of these bags when I have a full makeup organizer under the sink. But I went out of town, and when we came back, I never transported all of my makeup back to the organizer. So at some point I need to reorganize that. There's a lot of reorganizing that actually needs to happen. So right now my house is a little bit in flux. Yesterday I spent the entire day moving the kids' playroom from downstairs back upstairs. The playroom used to be upstairs in the loft, like when we moved in the house, and it was working out great, but my kids were younger, and this was before they were in school. Sebastian was still at home with us, and I found that he would always come downstairs if I was in the kitchen to play because he didn't want to be upstairs by himself, even though he was old enough, and Margot would always be downstairs with me. So it just made more sense for me to put the playroom downstairs so that if I was down in the kitchen cooking or cleaning or whatever, they could be down on the same floor as me, and then they wouldn't have to come looking for me. Fast forward to now, they're a lot older. The playroom space downstairs just wasn't big enough for them. All their toys have a place. We made sure that we don't have anything that doesn't have a home. I got rid of a lot before Christmas this past year, but it just became a little cramped in there, and they're not the best at putting away their toys right away. So they wouldn't want to play in there if the room was messy. They didn't want to stop to clean it up so that they could play in there. And then they would start just playing in the living room because it's more space. And that created a problem for me because one, we could never use the living room because the kids were always using it. And then also their toys were everywhere in my living room, which I pride myself in keeping my house nice, and I don't want to take away from them having a place to play. But we had that huge loft upstairs that no one was using anymore. And the Peloton and stuff was in there, but it never felt like a home gym area. So like I said, I spent the entire day yesterday putting the playroom back upstairs, and it is so much better already. I'll show it to you later. I probably won't have time to show it to you before we leave, but when we get home today, it'll still be bright and light outside so you can see that. My home decor style is finally me. Gosh, I haven't discussed this at all. Like, my Instagram has probably seen it, but I haven't really talked about it on there. And I can show you more examples of what I thought I wanted our house to look like. And I did a whole video on it in my old house of what I wanted this house to look like. But I found that I think I was being influenced back then in like 2018, 2019, 2020. And so when we moved in here, 2020, I thought, oh, this is what I want my house to look like. And I'm so glad. I mean, I did buy some things in that vein, but I'm so glad I didn't go full into it because it never felt like me. And once I came to terms with the fact that I was being influenced, I just stopped buying altogether and really just decided to wait and focus in on me and Brandon and what we like. And I think a more traditional home is what we like Southern traditional American versus whatever I was looking at, which I can show you later. Now we are moving in that direction, which is really exciting. We made it. It's like an hour drive to her house. Look at all her pretty flowers.
Yes.
Her favorite to get on the ride.
Lovey has that there just for you and Sebastian to ride.
Where do we put these?
You can put them down in the family room. You don't have to carry it. Here, let's bring it in here in the family room so we can get to it. When you're ready. Come on.
Look at my slippers.
Oh, I love those. I love my slippers.
Look.
Oh, what's that? It's hot. Ooh, muggy.
It's way more humid down here than it is up where we are. The humidity was like low today. It's steamy out here right now. But where we live, it wasn't. Thankfully. Gosh, this is so pretty. Is your whole phone pictures of out here? Like your camera roll?
No. I did just
Or are you desensitized at this point?
Yeah. Are we getting our new sidewalk Thursday?
Where?
Our new sidewalk.
Oh, they're gonna redo
It's gonna
this?
Go down. Come over here.
Come to the kitchen. Come over here. Come to this door. This door.
And it's gonna have steps, 6 steps.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. Come on.
We just saw a hummingbird try to come to the feeder, but we scared it away, so hopefully it'll come back. We've only had one hummingbird on our feeder, or, well, Brandon says he saw one. Remember you came over and I was just telling you about it and then it came, so that was the only one I've seen so far.
Well, we only get one, and I think it's the one, last year we had like 4 or 5, and then there's one, and it's a bully.
It scares them away?
And it scares them away. It won't let them drink, and I think that's why they haven't come back.
You need to just hang another one over, like over there somewhere.
There it is. Look.
Did you like that?
Isn't that so cool?
Why I wish another one would come.
It's gonna come back.
Go ahead, you can do it, go ahead. She's fine, Brandon, she's got it. She's actually got a long breath hold. Longer than they said she should at her age.
Doesn't it go up some more? It doesn't look like it's
Kids are in the pool. We have Margot in a life jacket because I just don't trust her just yet, even with her swimming lessons. Sebastian swims like a mermaid, so he doesn't need his life jacket anymore. He likes to play with the floats though. And then trying to get this up so that we can chill. And then my stepdad is cooking some burgers. Now my mom's giving me a tour of where she wants me to meet someone.
You don't have an anchor there. You gotta come up. There's the money man.
Monday. No, you the money man.
There's the money man.
You the money man. Hey, Shelly.
Oh. What's up, my brother? Well, you guys have fun with those.
Have a good day.
meet my daughter.
Yeah, it's so nice to meet you. This is their outdoor area.
Yeah, we're gonna make
The
it stop
boat.
here and come see you all, okay?
So nice.
Look at the sleeping from the. Yeah, that's.
I like this table. It's nice.
It's got a fire pit in the middle.
A fire pit in the middle?
That's it, yeah.
When you lift this up? Oh, nice. Do you use it?
We have that. I was looking out here yesterday thinking, I've never sat at this table.
We should sit there after when we eat the food.
Oh, you want to come down here? Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys okay? All right.
Margaret, you gonna fall asleep in the boat.
Every single time. She falls asleep every single time.
I thought about that earlier today.
And now you won't? This is from that boat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, faster.
Go faster, yeah.
Is that what you do when it gets like that? Okay. So we just left my mom's and we've decided that we're gonna go show the kids where we used to live. And by we, I mean Brandon and I, but not while we were married.
Red house?
Yep, this one right here with these cars. This was mommy's house when I was little, and wow. Whoa, what did they do? They completely took out the landscaping and just paved over everything. It did not look like this when we lived here. It's actually kind of depressing to see because they didn't keep it as nice as we did. One thing about this neighborhood I will say, and which happens with older neighborhoods, is the trees grow up. So it looks like this tree right here is huge. It was not that big when I was younger. So that's, well, we built that house when this neighborhood was first made. So all the trees were small, like the neighborhood that we live in now.
The little 604 down there.
Mm-hmm. You put that in there?
Yeah.
So this was Brandon's house. That was Daddy's house. That's where he grew up. That house that we just showed you, that was Brandon's house. Brendan inherited it when his mom passed away. And then we sold that house. We were still living in our old house, some of you guys may remember. And then we moved, we built our current house. So it's just fun to come back and see how people treat your old houses. I actually have another house that I lived in around here, about one exit down, that I lived in when I was really little, but I don't think I even want to see that house because I think I drove through by it, Brendan, like I was in college maybe, and I drove through it, and it was, they did not keep it nice at all. And I loved that neighborhood when I was little, but the people who moved into it, they didn't look like they did any maintenance when it needed it, and it made me so sad. But anyway, just fun to reminisce about our hometown in Henry County, Georgia. All right, we're home. It's about 7 o'clock now. We've been home for a while. The kids ate dinner. Brandon is back outside hacking away at the playground set. I just put the kids down for bed. We did baths and we sat with them while they ate and watched the qualifier for F1 for tomorrow's race. But anyway, I figured I would show you the playroom. Since it's been a while since I've vlogged on my channel, I don't know if you ever saw the downstairs playroom or not. I can't remember. So you may only know the playroom to be upstairs, but it was downstairs for the longest time, basically all of 2023. So basically this is the room overview, and I'll talk you through a little bit of it. Starting with this couch. This is actually half of our sectional from Made in Home that we bought for the living room. We absolutely love this sectional. I recommend this brand to anyone who asks, but the reason why we no longer have it in the L shape currently is because I decided I don't want a sectional in our living room anymore. I think I prefer something a little bit more formal, and it's a little bit bigger than the couch that was in the downstairs playroom, which I can show you later. So this works out because we can all sit on here together. This room is not decorated at all, so we'll probably get new throw pillows. I'll get some curtains at some point, a rug for here, but I'll just show you like the setup. Over here's the little IKEA kitchen set that I made for them. I like customized it. There's a whole YouTube video on here about it. And then here I just put the cork board for their art. It's sitting on top of this currently, but we'll eventually hang it on the wall. This storage system, it's just cabinets from IKEA. I saw a mom on TikTok grab these for her kids in their playroom, and it ended up being great for us. And then this one is the dress up one. It's cleaner and more streamlined than doing everything out of cube storage. Yeah, all their toys go in there behind a closed door. I'm gonna get new lamps. I'll probably get two, so one here and one here. And then we just ordered them a new TV for this room. This tree is gonna go as well. We just no longer need it. And we'll keep the little basket that it's in because a little scallop basket is adorable. And then over here, they have their little Pottery Barn table. They were already like, we want to eat our snack up here. We're so excited. So that's cute. And I love that we still have a space for it, and it doesn't need to go in like the middle of the floor. It doesn't take up any space. And then over here, we have the 2023 Barbie Dream House. And this thing is massive for any parents who don't have it but are considering it. Just think about where you're going to put it. We did not take that into consideration, and thankfully we've always had a playroom since having kids, but like this thing takes up a lot of space, so just keep that in mind. But it's so fun to play with. Over here is the cube storage for their books. This cube storage is not staying. There's a lot of books on this cabinet that we just don't need anymore because they're baby books, at which point I don't think we're going to need this big of a bookshelf for them. We'll probably keep some special books out here in the playroom and then pack away the seasonal books with the seasonal decor. We also have an overabundance of stuffed animals, so we are going to be going through this. I'll probably do a whole video on just organizing, but that is the current playroom. The home gym is what I'm really, really excited for. I've been working out more now than ever. Well, I was doing Pilates for a year and a half, and then now that I'm working with a nutritionist, I've stopped for a while so that I can do the workouts that she has me doing. But then once I'm done with her, I will go back to Pilates. But basically, I'm just working with a nutritionist to try to figure out my PCOS. Right now, I'm in like a huge flare, and I'm very inflamed right now. My face, my body, And so when this happens, it's really discouraging because all of the work that I've done seems to have gone out the window. But that also is what makes me really excited about having a home gym, because having a routine with working out 4 days a week is so much easier now that I can do it here. So anyway, we're not done. We literally just did this yesterday. First, I'll show you this, because this was the couch that we bought for the kids' playroom, and now we don't really need it. It's gotta go because it's taking up too much room in here. But right now, what we have is my walking pad. I walk on this 5 or 6 days out of the week. Then we have the Peloton. Those white lines are bookshelves from the playroom, and we'll probably move them so that we can make room for some gym storage. And then over here, this console was initially our entryway console. I just moved it in here because it actually doesn't look bad. There's no appropriate storage yet. We just kind of have everything laid out here. But the plan for this room is to put some mirrors on this wall. I also have the black flooring, like the mat, coming as well, so that we can work out in here and not worry about like damaging the floors, and it can just be a little bit of cushion. Also, I have a bench coming as well. But that is what is going on here. I guess I can show you the living room. Come on, Peppa. As you can see, the sectional, like I said, is just gone. We just have one side in here now, and it is massive. So we are gonna replace this couch with a little bit smaller of a couch, probably one that's only 10 inches smaller. But I'm loving the way that the living room is decorated right now. We have moved the console off the wall and put it over here in front of the windows. I have been going back and forth about, do I want to put curtains in here since the day we moved in? And ultimately I do think it will just like add more comfort to the room, so we probably will. But curtains in this room are difficult because we have to decide, are we going to take them all the way up to the top or not? And that's one of the reasons why I've avoided curtains in this room as well. A lot of people do take them all the way up. We could probably just take them to about there and just put a curtain rod here, which is also an option. But the thing about doing that is that it's still such a high height that most curtains don't come in that length. So we'd still probably be in a situation. I'm not sure. We still have our coffee table, which obviously we're not getting rid of. I love this coffee table so much. And I think all the colors work together so well. It's black, but we have some browns and brasses and greens, and it's just so pretty. On there, we just have this little silver champagne bucket that I got from an antique store. And then I have these cute little antique coasters. Have this cute little coffee table book and some tissue, a candle snuffer, and a little chocolate dish. And the dish I got from an antique store as well. I stay in the antique store. I live there basically. Over here is the bookshelf, which they need a little work, but I actually don't mind them for now, so we're gonna keep them as is. Same with this one. I'll have to put it on screen here, but I saw a picture of a Ralph Lauren showroom, and they had this huge arrangement, and I was just like, oh my gosh, I wish I could do that in my house. And before I didn't have a place to do it, but now I love it against the windows. It just looks so beautiful. So I'm gonna make that even more full, but I actually took that from my entryway table just to see, and it worked out. So now my entryway table needs to be redecorated again, and that was like such a cute space. The only thing for currently that I don't think I'm gonna be keeping where it's at is this moss and the dough bowl, but it can stay there for now just because I needed a place to put it. Cute little fireplace screen that is just there for decor because we have an electric fireplace, but it just looks so pretty. And then over here we have these blue chairs. Sadly, and I don't think I'm gonna do anything about it right now, this rug is just a little too small for the room. It's a 9x12. I really don't know what else I can do other than go get a piece of carpet custom cut for the room, which is probably what's gonna end up happening. But I just love this rug so much because the colors all tie in. This black ties in with the table and the fireplace and the shelving. I'm not really in a rush to replace it. And then on the wall, because the console was over here, I put these two antique sconces that I bought over a year ago and just didn't have a place for. I don't know if I want to put a big piece of art there or a tapestry. I've been looking at tapestries lately, and I think that that could be something different. But I'm so glad that I waited because the way that the house is decorated right now is exactly my taste. I like a little bit of classic home decor, and I think that that's where we're going now. And I'm so glad I just waited until I could hone in on what I like. Oh my goodness, and I looked out the window and The playground is gone. Left a big divot in the grass, but that's okay because there's just gonna be a big garden there anyway at some point. Oh my goodness, Brandon. Our children's childhood gone just like that. Wow.